padam, semua dungu berpenunggu. Kami inspirasi sebab itu mereka tiru. Guru kami lain, kualiti nombor satu. Bukan macam tempat tu, asal ke tempat penuh beribu politik. Ya dulu kami seorang pakai, lepas kami pakai bersih pas semua nak pakai. Kualiti kelas pertama, yuran kami tak masuk akal. Mari join sekali, pasti suka kami tak sangkal. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Yang bersyukur. Silakan.
10 sebab
10
seronok sebab cikgu bagi step by step, saya boleh faham.
Silakan.
Saya boleh bagi rate 10 per 10 lah. Okay. Ni bukan sebagai apa, ni bukan pasal
Zone we trust to help me level up. Cheer up, Lahazon, we believe our grade will be increased. Stand up with a holistic approach, we sure they are great coach. Chill up, do the best, be the best, who the best, we're the best. Hey up, listen up, wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
mereka dapat terangkan tajuk yang sukar untuk dipelajari oleh pelajar-pelajar. Terang sampai dapat. Itulah yang paling bagus di dalam ni.
Lahazon terbaik.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening and welcome to Superpower English Program Ace in Writing for Secondary School. So for today, live for today is with me, Teacher Rafiza, and also I have some of my students here, which is we have Anis, Alisha, and also Muiz. Okay, for those who are watching this live, you can share this link to your partners, to your friends, and to your relatives so that they can gain more knowledge from this Superpower English program. Okay, let me introduce to my students first. Let me invite Anis, and we have Alisha, and also we have Muiz here. Okay, hi Anis, Muiz, and Alisha. How are you today? I feel good.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Alisha. Thank you, Anis. Okay, I can see Muiz there. Okay, so for today, we are going to explore more about how to ace in your writing paper for first part, it is SPM or PT3. Okay, let me share the screen first. Okay, before we proceed to the slide, I would like to inform all of you first that this is some introduction for Superpower English Ace in Writing for first part, which is short communicative message. Okay, so I hope that my student in this live, in this StreamYard for today, have some knowledge about how the question or what is about the question that they are going to answer in this part. Okay, let me do this one first. Okay, before we proceed, I would like to ask Anis, Alisha, and Muiz to get ready with your pencil and also your notebook so that you can copy or you can take note for some tips or technique that I will share with all of you after this. So I hope you get ready with your pencil and also with your notebook. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, first thing first, let's have a look at this one first. So I'm going to share with all of you Ace in Writing for first part, which is short communicative message. Okay, basically for today, I'm going to share with all of you how to create or how to produce an introduction paragraph for this short communicative message. So are you ready, guys? Alisha, Anis, and Muiz? Okay,
Yeah.
let's proceed. Okay, first thing first, I will give to you, I will share with all of you a formula how to score in part 1. Okay, can I have Anis to read the formula that I have in this screen?
Fact.
Okay, the formula to score in part 1 is facts. Have you ever heard about this formula, Anis, Alisha, and Muiz?
Yes.
Yes, okay. If you have ever heard this formula, I think I will do some quiz with all of you so that we can recall. Okay, we can recall if you remember or not for this formula. Okay. Now let's proceed to this one formula to score in part 1, which is we have FACT. For those who are watching in the YouTube and also in the Facebook, you can copy this one or maybe you can screenshot this screen. Okay, you can screenshot this one so that you can use this formula in ACE in your first part in your writing paper. Okay, back to formula of this part 1, which is fact. I would like to ask Alisha. Alisha, what is F actually, Alisha? What does F stand for?
Format.
Format. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alisha. How about you, Anis? Is it true that F is format?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I'm not going to say that this is correct or incorrect. Okay, let's move to the A. What is A? What does A stands for, Anis?
Audience.
Audience. Okay, thank you, Anis. How about you, Alisha? Do you think that you agree with Anis that A is false for audience?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, thank you. Next, let's proceed to the C and T. What is C and T? Anis.
Content and task.
Content and task. Okay. If you say that content and task, what did you understand from content and task, Alisha? What do you understand? What comes in your mind when you heard this word for content and also task?
Content for what we need to put in email.
Uh-huh. How about for
Task.
T?
Task for what we need to do.
What we need to do, and content what we need to put in the in our writing. Okay, let's check. Is it true that FACT falls for format, audience, content, and task? Okay, let's proceed to the next slide. Okay, let me use this one. Okay. So this is the formula to score in the first part of writing paper for SPM and also 53, which is FACT. F means format, A audience, C content, and T is task. Okay, now I would like to ask Anis. Okay, what do you understand with format, Anis? Can you share to your friends? Can you share to the viewers that who are watching in our live for today? What's format? Okay, what do you understand from format, Anis?
Format is a question about email or message.
Okay, we need to identify that we need to write an email or a message. Okay, that is for format. How about the audience, Anis?
Who want to read it?
Who wants to read it? Okay, who's going to read our message? Okay, okay. For this one, yeah, audience, or the viewers in the YouTube or in the Facebook, I don't want you to make any confusing here. Audience here means it's not the examiner who's going to read our writing. Okay, but audience means who are we going to reply? Who's going to read our email or message? For example, if in the question asks you to write an email or a message to your friend, that means the audience in the question means it is your friend. Okay, audience here means not the examiner that will read your writing paper for first part. Okay, audience means who's going to read, or who are we going to write this email or this message for. Okay, that's mean for audience. Okay, next for content. Content means what we need to put in our email. For example, if the question asks you to give some tips on academic success, okay, that is the content that you need to do. For example, if you need to be successful students, what is the thing that you need to do? Okay, for example, the content is like main idea for the writing or for the essay. Okay, that's mean for the content, main idea. Okay, meanwhile for task means what are we going to do? Okay, what's the question asks you to do? Okay, is it going to give some tips? Is it going to give some advice or something like that? Okay, that's mean for formula to score in part 1, which is we have FACT, format, audience, content, and also task. Okay, I will give you some time for you to screenshot this one. For those who are watching in the YouTube and also in our Facebook, I will give you some time for you to screenshot this one. Meanwhile, for the students who are in this StreamYard, you can copy this one in your notebook. Okay, I believe you are done for this one. I will give you another 5 seconds. Okay, now let's move to the next one. Okay, so basically this is the format of the question for first part in PT3 and also for SPM. Okay, if you notice in this screen, the message is the instruction is read the message from your friend Samuel. Okay, so this is some email or some message from the friend, and what you need to do is in about 80 words. Okay, in about 80 words you have to write a message to Samuel. Okay, I will give you some time for you to screenshot this type of question or this example of question for first part for SPM and also for PT3. Okay, wait, let me add Alicia again. Okay. Okay, next, let's move to the next one. Okay, also Alicia, tadi Alicia terkeluar. Okay, so basically this is types of question, some example of question for first part in PT3 and also for SPM. Okay, now I have a question for all of you who are watching in this live and also who are students in this StreamYard. Okay, what you have to do is tap to answer this part. Okay, I will share with all of you step by step how to answer this part. Okay, first thing first, what do you need to do, Alicia? Can you write? Can you read? The first step.
Salutation.
Salutation. What's mean by salutation? Have you ever heard this word before, Anis and Alicia?
No.
No. Okay, how about you, Anis?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, what's mean by salutation?
The words we're gonna use before start the essay, like dear, hello, hi, miss.
Okay, thank you, Anis. Alicia, could you please repeat what Anis said just now, or what do you understand from Anis said just now about salutation? Do you get it, Alicia?
Yeah.
Okay, what is salutation?
The first word that we need to write.
Okay,
Hi.
first, okay. Salutation means the word that we use when we are going to greet someone. Okay, greet someone not in the spoken language, but greet someone in the written one. Okay, how do we greet someone in the written way? Okay, that's mean by salutation. For example, like hi, hello. Okay, that's mean by salutation. Okay, now let's proceed to this one. Okay, I will give you some time for you to jot down this one first. First step to answer this part is, first one is salutation. Okay, salutation means a formal or informal words that you need to do or that you need to write when you are going to greet someone. Okay. Next one, let's proceed to this. Okay, how to put or how to write this salutation. Okay, what you need to do is you just put dear in front of the name. Okay, step to answer this part. The first step is salutation. How to do the salutation in the first part of SPM or PT3 writing paper is you need to put dear in front of the name. Okay, now I have question to both of you, which is Anis and Alicia, and also for those who are watching in the YouTube. When can we identify or how can we use the name? Okay, how can we use the name? Is it up to me? Is up to the students to put the name, or is it the name is state in the question? How to create the name? How to create the name that comes after the word of dear? Do you get me, Anis and Alicia?
We take it from the question.
Okay, thank you, Anis. How about you, Alicia? Is it true? Is it correct that we need to retrieve from the question for the name?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now let's have a look at this one first. Now I would like to ask all of you something. Okay, if you can see in this screen, okay, this is types of the question or some example of the questions. If I ask you to write the first step, which is salutation, what is the name that you need to put in your reply or in your answer? Anis.
Hello, Samuel.
Okay, hello Samuel. Okay, thank you. How about you, Alicia? What is the name that you need to put after the word of dear?
Samul.
Okay. Okay, okay, let's say I am a student of PT3 and also as SPM answering this part. If I put the name, okay, instead of using the Samuel, I put Dear Rafiza. Is it correct? Is it acceptable? Anis, Alicia, and Muiz, is it acceptable if I use other name than Samuel? For example,
No.
I didn't use Dear Samuel, but I used Dear Rafiza. Yes, Anis, is it acceptable?
No, it's not acceptable.
No. Why? Why is it not acceptable?
Because the question state that read the message from your friend Samuel, and it's not refusal.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Anis. Nice explanation. Okay, remember, students, remember Anis, Alicia, Muiz, and for those who are watching in the YouTube and also in the Facebook, if you write down the name instead of using the Samuel name, you will get your marks will get deducted. Okay. Why? Because it states here, read the message from your friend and in about 80 words, write a message to Samuel. If you didn't use this name, okay, if you didn't use this name, you will lose 1 mark. Okay? Okay, next, let's proceed to the next one. Okay, for example, here I have just give to you that is salutation. The first step is salutation. How to do this salutation? Remember, you have to put dear in front of the name. Okay, remember, use the name based on the question. Okay, never use the names that comes in your imagination or in your minds. Okay, remember, you have to use the name based on the question. Okay, next. Okay, step number 2. Second step to answer this part is introduction. Okay, now I would like to ask 3 of you, can you give to me what is the sentence that you will write in your writing paper for first part after you have write the Dear Samuel? Can I get it from you? You can answer it verbally only, okay? Just answer it verbally. What is the second sentence that comes after Dear Samuel? Okay, let's go back to the question. The question asks you, okay, this is the question. Hi, have you made up your mind which club to join this year? I am wondering if I should join the swimming club. I think that swimming is a very good form of exercise. However, I am afraid of the water. Let me know what you think, Samuel. Okay, now my question is, what is the second sentence that you need to write after the phrases of Dear Samuel? Can we start with Alisha first? Second sentence, Alisha, that you will write after Dear Samuel.
Um,
What is the second sentence?
I think. I don't know.
Okay, this Samuel is asking the friend, let me know what you think. Is it that he need to join the swimming club or other club? Okay. How about you, Anis? What is the second sentence that you will write after Dear Samuel? Muiz, get ready after this, yeah?
I think I should write about what I think about club I want to join this year.
Okay, thank you, Anis. How about you, Muiz?
Answer that what he asked about which club that I want to choose, and then you answer back. Okay. For example,
Okay,
I
thank
join.
you. Okay. For example? Muiz? I think Muiz in the car. Okay, it's okay. Okay, now I would like to ask all of you a question first, okay? The first question is, if you read this email from Samuel, do you think this is good ideas? Oh, sorry. Do you think this is good news or bad news?
Good.
Good news. Okay. May I know, Alisha, which phrases that you say this one is good news? Okay, remember in your first part, you will find three types of question. The first one is the friend is informing you about the good news. The friend is informing you about the bad news, and the last one is the friend is asking you for some tips. Okay, for some tips. Okay, if you look at this one, if you look at this email, this message from your friend, which is Samuel, do you think it is good news, bad news, or he is asking for a tip? How about you, Anis? Which one do you think?
He's asking for which club do I join this year, and he said about good things that swimming is a very good form of exercise.
Okay, so in your point of view, this friend is asking for two types of question, which is asking for tips and also he's informing the good news. Am I right, Anis? That's your thought?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Anis. How about you, Muiz? Which one do you think?
Yes, me. Which one?
Okay.
I think about
Is
this swimming is very good, and but
mm-hmm.
he doesn't know how to swim, and he afraid of water.
Okay, so means he is requesting some tips from the friend, and also
Yeah.
he is informing the good news.
And then but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Muiz. Thank you, Anis. Okay, next, let's proceed to the next one. Okay, I will share with all of you what is the useful phrases that you can use for good news, that you can use for bad news, and also for those who are asking you a new tip. Okay, now let's proceed to this one. Okay, let me share with all of you for good news first. Okay, now I would like to ask Anis first. Okay, you can just give me the answer verbally. Okay, what is the phrases that you will use if you heard a good news or some good news from your friend? What should you say?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, thank you. I think that is a good idea. How about you, Muiz? What is phrases that you will use if you heard a good news from your friend?
Wow, it's so amazing.
Wow, it's amazing. Okay, thank you. Okay, just now Anis have a shot, which is a phrases from Anis is that's interesting idea and that's a great idea. Meanwhile, from Muiz, wow, it's amazing and it's interesting. Okay, now I will share with all of you two useful phrases that you can use if your friend is informing you about good news. Okay, let me proceed. Okay, the first one is. Can I have Muiz to read the first one?
That's great, my friend.
Okay, this is the useful phrases, the first useful phrases that I will share with all of you today for good news, which is that's great, my friend. And number two, the second phrases is, can I have Anis to read this?
I feel happy to hear that.
Okay, I feel happy to hear that. Okay, this is two useful phrases that you can use if the question asks you or giving you about good news. Okay, if your friend is giving you a good news, this is two useful phrases that you can use in your first part, which is that's great, my friend. And number two is I feel happy to hear that. Okay, do you get me, Anis and Muiz? Okay, now I will give you some times for you to screenshot, or maybe you can just jot down in your notebook. Okay, this is two phrases that you can use if your friend or if the question giving you the good news. Okay, the first phrases is that's great, my friend, and number two is I feel happy to hear that. Okay, for Alicia who just entered just now. Okay, Alicia, this is some useful phrases that you can use if the question giving you the good news. Okay, for example, that's great, my friend. And number two is I feel happy to hear that. Okay, next. Okay, next. Let's proceed to the next one. Okay, this one is sorry. This one is simple or useful phrases that you can use for good news. How about for bad news? If the message from your friends is informing you about the bad news, what is the phrases that you can use to write in your first part? Okay, I got from Alicia. Alicia said, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, how about Muiz?
Yeah, miss.
Okay.
It's bad
Uh,
to hear that.
It's bad to okay. It's bad to hear that. Okay, thank you, Muiz. How about you, Anis? What is the phrases that you can use for bad news?
My condolences.
Okay, condolences. Okay, remember, condolences is only used for a death. Okay, for a death news. For example, your friend said that his cat was died. Okay, his cat he lost his cat. Okay, that's mean for my condolences. Condolences means takziah. Okay, remember we only use condolences for those who just lose their family members or their what we call their beloved ones. Okay, that's for condolences. Okay, Anis. But if you're using these condolences, but your friend is stating that dia kena marah dengan mak ke, takkan kita nak cakap takziah diucapkan. Okay, it's not correct. Okay, okay, condolences is only used for death news. Okay, now I will share with all of you some useful phrases that you can use to bad news. Okay, can I have Alicia to read the first one?
I sympathize with you.
Okay.
Sympathy.
Okay, number
I
two.
sympathize with you.
I sympathize with you. Number two.
I
Can
feel
I have-
sorry to hear that.
Okay, I feel sorry to hear that. Okay, this is two useful phrases that you can use if you want to write any introduction for bad news. I sympathize with you. I feel sorry to hear that. Okay? I will give you some time for all of you to screenshot, and maybe you can just jot down this in your notebook. The first one is, I sympathize with you. And number 2 is, I feel sorry to hear that. Okay, this is for bad news. Okay, do you get it, guys? Okay, so I hope you will use these useful phrases in your first part of your writing paper, whether you are a PT3 student or whether you are SPM students. Okay, now let's have a look at next one. What do we have here? Okay, so I have sorry. So I have just shared with all of you about the phrases that you can use for bad news and also for good news. Okay, remember the first thing first that you need to do. The first step. What is the first step that we need to do in the first part, Alisha? Let's recall back. Okay, what is the first step that you need to do? That you need to do in your writing paper for first part, Alisha.
Salutation.
Okay, salutation. Now I would like to ask Muiz. Muiz, what is mean by salutation?
Salutation.
Salutation. The first step that you need to do.
We need to write name dear to who.
Okay, nice one, Muiz. Okay, salutation means how do we greet our friends? Okay, like dear Muiz or hello Muiz. Okay, that's mean by salutation. Next, Anis, the second step that you need to do in your first part of writing paper.
Introduction.
Introduction. Okay, introduction. How many types of introduction that we have in this first part? Okay, we have whether it is good news, bad news, or requesting some tips. Okay, good news is like for example, like the question tell you or the friend inform you that she got straight A's. Okay, there's some example for good news. Meanwhile, for bad news, like she was scolded by her mother or anything else. That is mean by bad news. But remember, condolences only used for death news. Okay, if you heard like someone was died, okay, you can use my condolences to hear that. Okay, that's mean by condolences. In bahasa we call it condolences as takziah diucapkan. Okay, so we are going to stop this live first as we have end this live. Okay, let me stop share this one first. Wait, yeah. Okay. I will remove all of you for a while. Then we will going back to the class. Okay. Let me remove you first. Okay, for those who are watching this live in the YouTube and also in the Facebook, if you need any extra puts or any extra information, do follow our Lahazan Education in the Facebook, YouTube, and also in our Instagram to get more information about English and also other subjects. See you soon in other live. Bye guys. Assalamualaikum.
Padang semua dungu berpenunggu. Kami inspirasi sebab itu mereka tiru. Guru kami lain, kualiti nombor 1. Bukan macam tempat tu, asal ke tempat penuh beribu. Politik, ya dulu kami seorang pakai. Lepas kami pakai bersih, pas semua nak pakai. Kualiti kelas pertama, yuran kami tak masuk akal. Mari join sekali, pasti suka kami tak sangkal. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Yang tersebut. Silakan.
10 sebab
10
seronok seronok sebab cikgu bagi step by step, saya boleh faham.
Silakan.
Saya boleh bagi rate 10/10 lah. Okay. Ni bukan sebagai apa, ni bukan pasangan.
Zone we trust to help me level up. Cheer up, Lahazon, we believe our grade will be increased. Stand up with a holistic approach. We sure they are great coach. Chill up, do the best, be the best, who the best, we're the best. Hey up, listen up, wanna be such a student, remember about adab, remember Sai kitab, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, wanna be such a student, remember about adab, remember Sai kitab, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Mereka dapat terangkan tajuk yang sukar untuk dipelajari oleh pelajar-pelajar. Terang sampai dapat. Itulah yang paling bagus ni di Lahazon.
Lahazon terbaik.